I need to take a deep breath before diving into today's story because this one is powerful, personal, and honestly a little heartbreaking. Before I go any further, please hit that subscribe button right now so you don't miss these kinds of deep, behind-the-scenes stories, because what I'm about to share isn't just another headline, it's a rare glimpse into a mother's heart and her son's private pain. For years Dylan Wang has been one of the most recognizable faces in Chinese entertainment, the charming lead in dramas, the model, the brand ambassador, the celebrity whose every public appearance gets dissected online. But behind all of the glamour there is a family, and behind that family there is a mother who has watched her son rise, stumble, and struggle in ways we never see. Until now she stayed silent. This week that silence broke. In a long, heartfelt post shared on her private but verified account, later picked up and translated by fan pages, Dylan Wang's mom wrote about how hard it has been to watch her son under constant pressure. She didn't give away secrets about his projects or his private life, she talked instead about the emotional toll of fame, the nights he came home exhausted, the days he doubted himself, the messages of criticism that reached even his family. Her post began with 5 simple words that are now trending worldwide: "My son was hurting." She explained that she had been hesitant to speak up for a long time, afraid of fueling gossip, but after seeing a recent wave of speculation and harsh commentary online she felt compelled to say something. She wrote about Dylan as a boy, before fame, shy and earnest, the kind of kid who would stay late after school to help clean up. She described how he worked multiple part-time jobs as a teenager to support his training, how he sacrificed a normal social life to chase his dream, how proud she was the day he landed his breakout role, and how unprepared they both were for the intense spotlight that followed. Reading her words, you can feel a mother's mixture of pride and pain. She talked about the joy of seeing his success but also the heartbreak of reading cruel comments, of watching him lose weight from stress, of hearing his voice on the phone late at night when he was far from home saying he felt alone. "I wanted to protect him," she wrote, "but I couldn't put a wall around the whole world." She also addressed the fans directly, acknowledging the love and support so many have shown. She said those messages have lifted Dylan up during some of his darkest days. But she asked people to remember that behind the celebrity there is a human being. "He is someone's child," she wrote. "He is my child." That line has been quoted and reposted thousands of times because it's such a raw reminder of the humanity behind the persona. What's striking is that she didn't write with bitterness. She wrote with compassion. For Dylan, for the fans, even for the critics. She said she understands that fame invites scrutiny and that not everyone will like what her son does. But she pleaded for empathy. She said, "Words can heal, but they can also wound. Please choose healing." In an online culture where harshness often feels normal, that plea landed hard. The reaction has been overwhelming. Within hours, hashtags like "Dylan Wang's mother speaks" and "My son was hurting" shot to the top of Weibo and trended across Instagram fan accounts. Thousands of comments poured in: "We're so sorry, stay strong Dylan, we love you both." Some fans shared their own experiences of supporting loved ones with mental health struggles. Others thanked her for humanizing a celebrity they had only seen through glossy photos. In the days since, Dylan himself hasn't issued a formal statement, but people close to him have quietly liked or shared his mother's post. That small gesture alone has been enough to spark speculation that he's seen it, that he's grateful for her support, that maybe this will mark a turning point where he feels less pressure to project perfection all the time. In her message, Dylan's mom also gave a glimpse of their private bond. She wrote about the way he still calls her before big events, the way he sends her photos from set, the way he comes home and sits at the kitchen table like he's still a teenager. She said fame hasn't changed his heart but it has weighed on it. She said she hopes one day he can look back and feel proud not only of his work but of surviving the pressures of the industry. She closed her post with a note of hope. "We are healing," she wrote. "He is healing. Thank you for being part of that." That's the part that made me tear up when I read it. Because in a world where everything is so performative, here was a mother telling the truth about pain and about hope. It's the kind of honesty that can shift a conversation from gossip to empathy. For fans, this moment feels like an invitation to rally around Dylan not as an idol but as a person. Many have begun using the hashtag #ProtectDylan as a way of signaling support. Some are organizing positive comment campaigns under his posts. Others are sharing their favorite memories of his work to remind him of the joy he's brought to people. This story also opens up a bigger dialogue about what we expect from public figures, especially young ones. We cheer for them when they succeed but sometimes forget the pressure they're under. Dylan's mother has reminded us all that behind every star there's a family that feels every high and every low along with them. It's a perspective we rarely get to hear, and it's hitting people deeply. As I'm talking to you right now, I'm thinking about my own reaction reading her words. And you know, the more I sit with her words, the more I realize just how rare it is to hear from the family of someone so famous. We always see the surface, the premieres, the magazine covers, the smiling interviews, but we almost never hear about the nights of worry, the quiet moments when a parent can tell their child is reaching their breaking point. Dylan's mom didn't have to post that message. She could have stayed silent. But she chose to open a window into her world, and that's an act of courage in itself. She also reminded everyone that healing isn't just for celebrities, it's for all of us. She wrote about how she had to learn to let go of guilt, how she had to trust her son to make his own choices even when it scared her. That hit me hard, because every parent eventually has to face that, the moment when you can't fix everything, when you just have to be there, steady, while someone you love goes through their own storms. Hearing her talk about it so plainly made Dylan's journey feel even more relatable. Fans have picked up on that theme of healing. Some have started using her post as a way to talk about their own mental health, about their own children, about their own pressures. It's amazing to watch a conversation that started with a single emotional message ripple out into something bigger and more positive. In the comment sections, people are writing things like, "Thank you for this reminder, I'm going to be kinder online, I hope Dylan and his family feel our love." That's the kind of community that can grow around a celebrity when empathy leads the way instead of gossip. If you're part of Dylan's fan community, you're probably feeling a mix of emotions: sadness for what he's gone through, admiration for his mom's courage, a renewed sense of connection. And if you're new to this story, maybe it's just a reminder that empathy still matters in digital spaces. We don't know what Dylan will say next or how this will shape his public life, but we do know this: his mother has spoken her truth. She's reminded the world that even the brightest stars can hurt, and that even the strongest performers sometimes need their mothers to stand up for them. That's not weakness, that's humanity. And because this story is still unfolding, because there will be more reactions, more context, more glimpses into how Dylan and his family are navigating this moment, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next update. I'll keep covering it with the same care and respect his mother showed in her message. For now, hold on to her words: "My son was hurting." Simple, stark, and unforgettable. They're not just about Dylan, they're about every young person under pressure, every parent watching from the sidelines, every fan learning to see the person behind the image. That's the real story here. That's why this moment matters.